guys, it's Frances, and I have another weekly collaboration for you. And this week was hosted by Nerdy Creations, and the theme is Happy Haunting, as today is Halloween, the day that it's going up. Halloween was the theme. So I'm giving you a look at all the other ladies' designs. I will have all their information linked below, as I always do. If you have any questions, you can always ask me. Make sure that you go check them out. Give them a thumbs up. If you're coming to me from one of their channels, I'm so glad that you're here, and I hope you like what you see. Be sure to give me a thumbs up, as well as to follow me or subscribe to me so you can see what I have to offer. This is a look that I came up with for this week, and I am calling him my ringleader skeleton. And I'm starting off with this really neat shifty base coat from Fresh Paint, and I believe it is called Nirvana, and it is a really kind of grungy grayish with like a strong blue shimmer running through it. It's 3 coats. It is not very opaque in 3 coats, but that's okay because I was going to cover it up with some other stuff anyway. And I'm going to be using 2 plates for this design, and the first one that you're seeing here is from the Beauty Big Bang, and I did a review for this as well as a design with this one, and I will link that information for you as well on the screen and below. And I'm first going to pick up this ringleader skeleton image and this really cool skeleton image right above it from the 4th plate in their Halloween collection. And I'm just going to pick up these images and I'm setting them aside because I'm going to be filling them in with some color. What a cool image, huh? Okay, so I'm going to come up with some Scotch tape and just pull up the excess stuff that I don't want. So sometimes when you're picking up an image, you get some little bits that you don't need on there. And then I'm going to come in with this Bettina polish, and it's in the color Marshmallow. It's just slightly off-white. I wanted it to be not quite as stark as a regular white. I got this polish at Walmart. I do believe it is a Puerto Rican polish. I don't know if it's available readily anywhere else. I live in South Florida. We have a fairly large Puerto Rican population here. So I know that I was able to get it at my Walmart. I don't know that I've ever seen it at any of the other Walmarts. If you guys have it at your Walmart, or if you've seen it anywhere around you and you're in another state, put it in the information box below. I'm just curious. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a dotting tool and I'm going to fill in with that marshmallow color. And I'm going to, I filled in the skull of the ringleader, and then on this one, what I'm doing is picking individual of those skulls and filling them in. I'm not going to fill in every single one of them. I kind of want that really cool ethereal polish to pop underneath. And then I'm going to bring in this Sunset Orange and this Empire Club, which is a Bundle Monster polish, and I'm going to fill in the little band on that hat as well as that little half moon. The band on the mat with the Bundle Monster Empire Club polish because it's kind of neon-y green, and that orange, that sunset of the Sally Hansen, and that's the Insta Dry, one of the Crayola ones. And then I'm going to use this Ejiubas plate. This is the Ejiubas Halloween plate. And I'm going to be stamping with that marshmallow color. And I'm going to be using my Ejiubas clear stamper as well. I found with these Ejiubas plates, they are really deeply etched. So you're going to want to scrape really well. And you might want to give it a second before you pick up the image so you don't smear. But I love that skeleton hand, and I went ahead and popped that on my thumb. And then I'm going to pick up these individual skulls, which look a lot like the other skulls from the Beauty Big Bang plate. And then I'm going to go ahead, like I said, scrape this really well, and I'm going to pick up the entire image and actually use the whole image on 2 different nails. I'm going to use 3 of those on my index finger, and then I was able to pop the other 2 on my pinky. You have to be really careful not to set the images down before you want to, or else you're going to break up the image. But it worked out really well for me. And then I got a little excess on there that I was luckily able to scrape off with my other nail. And then I'm going to come in with super dry, and I'm going to cover these images because I wanted to do a little reverse stamping, and I didn't color in the entire image, so I wanted to make sure that all the black that I had stamped that was already really, really dry was going to adhere to my nail. I'm going to do the same thing with both of those images that I picked up. And then I'm going to set those aside to dry. And it looks like it just dried in a second, but I left it there for a little while to dry. But not quite long enough because I'm really impatient. So I put this one on, and then made me really, really nervous because it almost flipped up on itself. And I'm going to just tell you, doing the reverse stamping, watch what I've done here and absolutely do not do what I've done. I made a gigantic disaster with this. It turned out fine, but do not repeat this. This is like the how to not reverse stamp on your nail. Removing the excess. I don't know what I was thinking. I think it was late. I just don't know. Either way, I was pulling at stuff and I got really, really lucky. But then I'm going to come in with some acetone. Or actually first, I'm going to come in with a fast dry top coat that helps adhere the image to my nail and also give it a little bit of extra shine and protect the image as well. And then I'm going to come in with some acetone and a cleanup brush and just go around those edges with 100% acetone that helps get off the excess and kind of fuse the rest of it to the polish below. And I'm sorry if I was off camera for some of this, but you get the idea. I'm going around the cuticles until I'm very confident that I've gotten up all the excess there and it's to my liking. So for the next one, I decided the reverse stamping was not the way I wanted to go with this one. I didn't get footage of it, but I did peel up the decal from the stamper head. And when you do this, you have to make sure that it's dried really, really well. Even with the super dry, I would give it about 20 minutes to dry at least. And then I did it the smart way this time, and I went around with some little cuticle scissors. These are just regular cuticle scissors that I got in a little pack with like a nail file or something. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut off as much of that excess without cutting my finger that I can do. And then I can come in again with my acetone and my cleanup brush once I get all that excess off. And like I said, I'm cutting as close as I can without cutting myself and without messing up the decal. And here is that cleanup brush and the acetone again. And if you notice, I am dipping, after I clean up on my nail, I am dipping right away onto the paper towel. And that's to keep that black from smudging all over my cuticles and all over the place. I'm trying to keep that brush as clean as possible so I don't drag the pigment everywhere. And this is a fast dry top coat, what it looks like shiny. And I decided I went ahead and did a matte top coat on this. And I'm really glad that I did, because I really think that it made that shimmer underneath pop. It made it look really ethereal, which is a look I was going for. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for spending your time with me. And I will see you guys again next time. Bye.